T'as deux batteries? T'as deux batteries? Okay. Alright, what's up guys and gals? I just want to make a little video because it's been a while since I've uploaded anything. So I just want to talk about why I sold my Canon 80D to get a Sony A7 Mark I. Alright, so actually this one I bought used. Okay, so let me talk about prices for 2 seconds. I sold my 80D for $2,000. All prices are in Canadian dollars, and we're talking here no tax, before tax, okay? So I sold the 80D for $2,000, and I bought, actually I had it with 5 lenses, okay? I bought this one for $1,000, and it is trying to focus on my wife's face, focus on the camera. And I bought this one for $1,000 with one lens, which was the kit lens 28-70. So the 28-70 I sold for $300, and I got myself a Samyang 14 millimeters, right? It was a T3.1 actually, not an f2.8. All right. So for $1,000, you could say I had this lens and the camera, which is a full frame. And then I went back to the store. I got this little guy, the 51.8, for $250. All right. And then I got this one used also from the local ads, which is an 85 millimeter f1.4. So this is pretty much a boss lens, but it's all manual. And which brings me to my point, why I would prefer Sony over Canon for manual lenses. Of course, it's a budget thing. If you need autofocus and if you need all the goodies that an electronic lens will give you, well, stick with the Sony, with the Canon. But if you don't mind having a manual lens, which costs $300, of course, used, versus $2,000 if it was an electronic, you know, if it would communicate with a camera, well, it's a hell of a lot of money saved. All right. So first thing that the Canon doesn't have is focus peeping. All right. So you see this? Let me press record on this thing. All right. So now I'm out of focus, and when it's focusing, it becomes red. Okay, this is the first thing. The second thing is APS-C size capture off or on. Okay, if you go on, babe, ça me dérange pas si t'écoutes tes affaires, hein? Ça me dérange pas, mais juste pas trop fort s'il vous plaît. That was French. All right, so as I was saying, the second thing is the APS-C size capture. This is a crop mode, which I don't remember if I had it on the Canon because I only kept it for like 3 months, but I don't think it had it. So what this does, if I put this on, your lens becomes, this is a manual lens, don't forget, it's a manual lens, look. This is the aperture and this is the focus. Your lens well actually the camera becomes a crop camera, okay? Instead of using the full sensor, it's only going to use like, I don't know if it's 1.5 or 1.6 for the Sony's crop factor. In photography, it's, you know, it's half bad, it's half usable because you could always zoom in post. But in video, you're still going to use 1080p, 1080. So this is a big plus for me because shooting video is like I had 2 lenses. One which is 85 millimeters, and the same one could become 85 times 1.5, which would make about I don't know, 130 or 135, something like that. I don't know. So there you go. So this 85 becomes 2 lenses, and this one becomes it will pass. My battery's dying. This one will go from 14 to 20 millimeters, and this one will go from 50 to 75. All right, and another thing that I like about this camera is the zoom function. Actually, there's a couple of custom buttons. There's one here, if we could focus, custom 1, then custom 2, and custom 3. I think it was on custom 2 that I used the zoom settings. So yeah, this is a zoom setting, see? So now I actually can zoom with a manual lens. And if I go on APS-C size capture and I zoom, you see, let me just press record. Now let me just pick up this this Canon and finish this Sony and finish the video with it, okay? You see, of course, there's nothing stabilized. Everything is like just really quickly made, but you can see a shot of the quality. Now, what if I change lenses just for you to see? All right, guys, so I'm back with the 50 1.8. Just to give you a feel of what it looks like. And now I am still with the 50. The tripod did not move, nothing moved. I just turned on the crop factor, all right? So my actual 50mm lens just became a 50 times 1.6, which is about 75 times 2, all right? And the quality is still there. And now with the 14mm T3.1, which is a cine lens. All right, it's a bit darker. Just bumping up the ISO. All right, so the camera didn't move at all, okay? I was with the 14, but I was on crop mode from 2 seconds ago on the 50. But now I just turned it off. So this is what you get for the 14mm fully opened, all right? Aperture, focus, and what if I zoom? This is what you get if I zoom, and if I turn off, and now it's back on. So this is a 14mm, always with the crop factor, which becomes 14 times 1.6 equals maybe 21 times 2 equals 42. So I got a 14mm lens, I got a 21mm, and I got a 42. Of course, the depth of field, you know, the blurry background might change with that, but it's still 3 lenses in one. Or let's just say actually 2 lenses in one, okay? So basically, if you want a camera with a full frame sensor, which will give you what you want, you know, more for your money, I would suggest you do the same. Sell the Canon, get a Sony A7 Mark I. It does everything. So the reason why I bought this thing, this 14mm, was to reproduce what I had with the 10 to 18. But of course, there is no flip screen, so you got to deal with it. Nothing's perfect. So yeah, guys, on the last note, the main difference between a full frame and a crop sensor is the ability to have, you know, blurry background. You're gonna get a more bokeh with the full sensor on the same distance compared to a crop. That's basically the main difference. Take it easy, guys. I'll see you next time.